Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the JD Photo Podcast. So today we are doing a brand new episode called Hot Take. So I'm going to be doing this episode with Michael Scrow from Soul Films. He's a wedding videographer, does really great stuff. So I've had the pleasure of working with Michael for quite some time now. And we're going to be trying to do these episodes monthly. So from today's episode, we're going to go into a few different things for people who are in the photography and videography industry, mainly with a wedding focus, but Michael and I both dabble in the commercial world as well. So we have a lot of things to talk about. So first thing we're going to be going into is living a false life or fake life. So we're in a world of hyper content, hyper fakeness online. So we're going to be diving into social media and the implications it might have on our society and our craft as photographers. What we learned at our last shoot, online trends, are they tools or are they things that we should stay away from because they're just trendy and that's all they are? And balance. How do we have a balance with life and work? So I think we're going to dive straight into it. So have we got anyone in the chat at the moment? Let's have a look. We've got a few viewers jump in, guys. Let us know where you're from. Let us know what's up. Let us know if you have any questions, if there's anything we should dive into. But
please put some questions in the chat. We're going to have a segment later on in the episode where we answer all your questions. So.
There you go. You heard it from the man himself. All right. So let's dive into it. Cool. Addiction to phones. Are we addicted to our phones, man?
We are so addicted to our phones.
So addicted to our
and
phones.
It's funny, coming from the perspective of people who create content, we are part of the problem.
We are absolutely part of the problem, man. It's a real hard thing, and but it's what the world is nowadays. You know, it's how we all know each other. We know each other through. I mean, you kind of have a flip phone nowadays. Show everyone your flip phone.
I do.
Look at this, guys.
Check this. This is my little baby at the moment. And sadly, the Australian government is shutting it down, which is really annoying. I got a text the other day, and it said any phone that's not VoLTE, capable, configured, is going to get kicked off cellular network. So
that's a bit shit. For
now, flip phones are off the table until the Australian manufacturers actually catch up with these standards. But give it a few months. Another one.
I tell you what, man. It gives us a job, though. You're totally right. You know, like phones, although there's a lot of dark sides to them. You know, I think a lot of us, we scroll, we doom scroll, we kind of go forever and ever. But at the end of the day, that's what we're making content for. Like, it's a content era, right? We all want content. We all need it.
I guess the question is that a good thing?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man.
It's hard to know, isn't it?
It's hard to know.
Because we have now we have unlimited access to information, to people, to social experiences, contact, and to learn about things and to get invested in ideas, concepts, sport, art, whatever. But are we distracting people from real life?
Yeah, definitely are. We're all living in a bit of a fake world. But I think we've always been doing that. You know, we've always read books. You know, people used to have way better reading stamina. You know, what was a book? I won't get into the reading too much, but you know,
but like the escapism of it.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, we always used to do things. I think nowadays, like phones are obviously where it's at because it's a little a device of addiction, right? You just kind of flip through it, you scroll, you can kind of get unlimited amounts of dopamine hit. But yeah, is it a good thing? I don't really know, man. Look, I tell myself, I always come back to why do I do photography? You know, why do I do video? Why do I do, capture these things? And it's to create memories, you create memories for people. And I think not everyone's just getting these memories for social media. There is a value, right, into getting these photos. And yes, you might put them on social media, but it isn't always about that. I think, there's a bit more to it for me at least.
I think from our side, it has to come back to that. It's who's it for? Who's your audience?
Yeah.
I had this conversation with Bailey from Atlas Film Studios. We were discussing, should we be cutting content for the algorithm? Should we be cutting it for what people want on social media, which is 3 fast-paced, punchy clips in the first 2 seconds that explains absolutely everything that's in the video?
Yeah.
And then maybe they'll watch the rest of it.
Yeah, but that's what it is, man.
Well, yeah, for engagement on social media, but
for a lifelong product, what are you providing?
Is that the way that you actually want to make art?
It's a good question, man. Look, I buy into so my wedding films aren't so, I guess you would say, produced for social media. They're produced for the couple, but there is trailer parts in there. Usually, I would start with the trailer and I'll have that social media part, but then the rest of the film, the 10 minutes of it is quite documentary. Tying in a lot of artistic style shots together, but it still has that start to finish product. But yeah, I think there's you need a bit of both. I think if you're going to do a commercial job, you got to make it for the gram because that's where everyone's getting the attention.
100%.
Yeah.
I agree. You're making it for your client. You're trying to maximize their impact online.
Mm-hmm.
let's punch it. Let's follow the trends if you need
Yeah.
to, and give them the best chance of success.
It's not the same for a wedding film, is it?
I don't think so. And like I offer in my packages a social cut, so they get
Yes.
a 30-second cut for Instagram, and that means that my wedding films, that's not for Instagram. It's for you. You know, as a couple, it's for you and your partner and your family, friends, or whatever, to actually tell that story.
I think the next thing I'm doing is I'm going to get onto those Meta glasses. You know, have you seen them? They're pretty
Yeah,
epic. You got like a little HUD over, so you can like see your viewfinder, and then you just press a button and it takes a photo, so you can always see what you have in
Wait,
frame.
to connect to your camera?
So it's a telekinetic device. So you use hand gestures and with a bracelet, and it reads the way your veins or your muscles are moving in your wrist, and you gesture, and that gesture allows you to take photos. And in your glasses, you have a little screen that's your viewfinder, so you can always see what is in focus and what is in frame.
So the camera's on the glasses.
Camera's in the side of the glasses,
Yeah.
and then you have a HUD display, like a gaming display. You know, like a little overlay on.
It's sick. I think it's a really interesting way to like. The way I see it is like if I was a dad and I had little kids running around and I wanted to capture some memories, that's a beautiful way to do that.
But it also allows us to bring in to our service, which is usually higher end photo, higher end video, that fast content as well, you know, that little video snippets. And I was like, I think there's a benefit to both. You know, you want to put something out, but if you're going to get your photos the next day or you're going to get your videos the next week, they're not going to give you a good product. I don't care what anyone's telling you. Like if you're buying a package and there's a 48-hour turnaround on delivery, there's going to be some sacrifice on quality. That's just the way there is. Yeah. And like I think Michael and I, we both produce work, and I've printed a bunch of my work recently. Like that's the end product. It's can we bring our work from a screen to a print, keep the colors consistent, and then give our couple something that's going to last forever, right? Not just a little disposable social media clip.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
And so like for me, the flip phone has been this departure from having my attention taken away from me. It hasn't been easy, and obviously through work I often have to use my phone quite a lot. And
how do you find that, man? How do you balance that? Because I just find like that's the reason I get so addicted to my phone is I can't switch off. It's because I'm always getting emails through there and stuff. You know, it's like, what do you do?
Well, yeah, even on my normal human phone, like I've minimized my ability to use apps. Like it's a really simple display.
You got that brick thing?
All text based.
The brick or the app?
No, this one was free. It was I think it was called One UI or something on Samsung. But I logged out of my YouTube. I usually don't have Instagram, but obviously to post for work, you need to have it. So it's one of those tricky things. But Meta Business Suite, you can use that and text couples, clients, people, whatever, and post without seeing a feed. So that's a really nice way to get some of your time back, which I think is what I'm interested in, is living my life.
Do you think a lot more people are kind of moving down this pathway and this mindset? I think so.
There's definitely a little movement towards it.
I think so.
I hope it grows because it's worthwhile.
But I'm just like this, because everyone's so attached to their phones, I feel like people are seeking like very authentic content. Like that's doing what's doing really well.
It's funny, hey, because it's this halfway step back to normality.
Yeah.
Right. Once again, it's the proxy for real life.
It's that's it. Yeah.
I'm sick of this fake phone content.
Yeah.
I'll get more authentic phone content.
Authentic phone content. And, it's great because we get to connect with, a bunch of people on here and have a chat to a lot of people. Totally. What's up, guys jumping in? Really appreciate it. Let us know what you think about the lighting and the setup. And if you have any questions for photographers or videographers who specialize in weddings. At the moment, we're just talking about like content and how do we end up in this world where, photography and videography is kind of booming and we're all making a bunch of crazy content. Michael and I are purist, though. a little bit pure.
We're like self-sacrificing in some ways.
We're trying to deviate a little bit from the hyper fake content, and we tie into our work a little bit, but a lot of what we do is still trying to produce stuff that's very meaningful over a long period of time. So couples actually get what they want in 10 years from now. It's not just post for Instagram. And the question is, how do we do both? How do we live surfer dude lives where we can still travel to Margaret River and surf and live that amazing lifestyle, as well as also tie into this social media catastrophe of doom scrolling. That's the name. Who we got in here? We got 3 viewers. What's up, guys? Let us know where you're from. Chuck us a thumbs up. We do have one guy asking about OpenGate. Do you have any experience with the OpenGate, man?
What's the question specifically? In what regards?
OpenGate, thumbs up. I don't want to scroll.
My guy.
Waynos, ask us a
hey,
question.
Wayne's here.
How you going,
my guy. Yeah, little shout out to Wayne. Appreciate you making that little video. On gimbals after the discussion last month. It was a really, really cool idea popping on the monopod.
We tried a gimbal the other day. You had the R6 Mark III on the gimbal.
I did.
With Roger Cook, Premier West Australia. that was pretty cool. How did you find it?
It was cool. I mean, having the R6 III on it was nice and light. I still didn't want to use it all day long. I can promise you that. And I felt I was compromising all my shots because I couldn't actually have my hands on the camera. You know, I was always trying to readjust. Like it was limited. And look, definitely in response to Wayne's ideas. Yeah. It's such a good tool. Like it's a fantastic tool. We use it in cinema all the time. Like you can move a camera smoothly. You can do really interesting movements. And I shot a film last 2 weeks ago where I really wanted to use a gimbal rig for it. It was the Creator rig that I was telling you about beforehand, where you have a shoulder rig style camera, but you use half of the gimbal, the actual head stabilizer, and then just take the arm off it and go straight to power distribution through a V-lock, and then go to focus motors and monitors and that.
Is it a Ronin?
It was, yeah. We didn't actually end up building it, but I was thinking about Wayne when I was doing it. I was like, man, Wayne would find this hilarious.
There you go, Wayne. You've inspired us, mate.
You sure have.
Clarify. There was going on with the general Undone and Boo arguing over the benefits of OpenGate, just trolling the gimbal vid. Yeah, mate. Look, I'm not so versed in OpenGate. I don't use anamorphic lenses. You might have a bit of experience in it. I did just try out the R6 III with Michael. I know that it does have OpenGate in there. You can kind of shoot like horizontal videos and vertical videos at once. I think I had the same experience over the 6 III, right? It was the form factor of it. So much lighter, eh?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
2 batteries for a day. You only went through half a battery.
Yeah,
you shot the whole time.
Think about battery, which was nice. Pretty it's a good feeling. Like you put a battery in FX3, you've got 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Imagine if you don't have to have a V-lock. How do you reckon? Do you reckon you'll drop the V-lock? No.
I love the V-lock. What
jammed
up in my shoulder.
What if you put like a little shoulder thing in instead?
Potentially could. Yeah. I mean, look, if I didn't have to do it for power, I'd probably still do it and then feed to a monitor.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But
the touch,
yeah, I do want to have a look at that. That sounds cool.
I think, I'm definitely interested in that 6 III. I think I'll show you the footage later. You haven't checked it out, but how did you find it, man?
I thought it was cool.
It's a tool, isn't it?
It's a tool. Yeah, I'm definitely not a Canon user. It's not my tool. I think it's not made for film. I mean, sure, the FX3 didn't have false color in it as well, but I could upload a LUT and quickly do a preview button to go to false color whenever I want.
That's the thing, man. That's the one reason I'm not jumping straight into the 6 III is like the tool and the camera and the features on it. Like the C50 has multiple mounting points. It has a waveform built into it. It has a more robust body. The 6 III is just as good. It's cheaper.
It is,
but it's do I really want to let those features up?
For sure. For sure. I mean, one of the things I missed the most moving from the Pocket 4K to the FX3 was the 3 buttons on the top. It sounds so dumb, but I love those 3 buttons. It was just false color, LUT on, off, and focus peaking. That's why I still use this R5C, man. It's all these tunnable buttons and stuff. So it's a hard one. It's hard to know where to put your money, eh? It's really difficult. All right, let's move on, man. So, so pretty much what Mike and I want to do is every week we want to come on this, every month we want to come on this. Imagine we did that every week, we'll bloody die. That's a lot of work.
Want to come on, we just want to talk about things, hot takes, what we learned at our last shoot. So that's our next point. So what did we learn? So I had a freaking crazy week, man. I don't know about you. Like, what did you get up to?
The week, I don't know, it flies by so quickly, but there was a shoot for UWA. There was a wedding or two.
2 weddings.
Yeah, there was a bunch of corporates in there, honestly. Sometimes they do blur together, but
yeah.
Yeah, do you want to say, what was your learning from the week?
Yeah, I'm just going to bring in Broadway. So C50 any good? I don't know yet, mate.
Is that David Broadway in the chat?
That's David Broadway.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up?
I don't get to see you, but you get to see me. What's going on? We've never actually met in person before.
Oh, really?
But
No, Broadway's a good lad. He jumps in. Yeah. So what? So I've done a lot of shoots. I actually haven't done a wedding in a while. I haven't done a wedding in 2 weeks. How weird! It feels so weird, man. You come into.
You're
December,
rusty. You're
yeah,
out of practice 2 weeks.
I know. It's, like everyone's like, you must be in like the peak of wedding season. I'm like, it's October, man. You know, like November it slows down, and then December, like I usually do 1 or 2 weddings in December. It's just too hot.
Yeah,
in Perth. Yeah, I don't do a lot.
I think it depends. Hey, like some people are just cranking through summer. I'm not, but other people I'm working for are. So
yeah,
I get the wedding, so I'm not too upset about it.
Depends. Yeah, we'll move on. So what did we learn? So something I learned. Look, I'm gonna bring it back to the 6.3. I was pretty convinced that cameras were like plateauing. And then I tried that camera out and I'm not so convinced anymore. Like it was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Out. Yeah, it stood out. Yeah. I filmed everything in long GOP as well across all 3 bodies. So I didn't film any all eye. I filmed really low resolution to see, because I thought originally I didn't think the R6 III had the capabilities to do all eye, because the R6 II could only do long GOP. So I kept everything in long GOP so I could test it all and have a look across all profiles. And even in long GOP, like the R6 Mark III was like competing with footage I've taken on the 5C a few years back in all eye, and like, 500 megabits per second data rate and all that. And yeah, it's just like the image is pretty amazing.
Dynamic range, is that what's standing out?
It's a 32 megapixel sensor, so it doesn't have that like overly hyper kind of sharpness. Yeah, so it's like it's got that like perfect in between. The dynamic range it's a C-Log 2, so it performs more like a Sony, so you can like expose a little bit lower and then bring it up. So it's a lot similar to the Sony. And yeah, the highlights, I think you get 2 extra stops compared to C-Log 3, so it's like it's huge. And yeah, I was doing shots and I was like walking and I could, through the glass see like the clouds in the sky and then like the light on Morgan. It was just like perfectly balanced, and I was like, yeah, I haven't quite used. And then the autofocus, man, that's the other part to it. The sensor's really incredible. The ergonomic design's incredible, and then the sensor in it. The autofocus in it. Pretty scary, man. Like I was shooting through museum glass in like low light, so 12,000 ISO, and it 1.4 will not lose the eye. It will, like you can do gimbal movement. It will not lose the eye. Yeah. Unreal. Yeah. So I don't know. I was like, I don't think we need to upgrade our cameras anymore. And then I tried that out and it's made me sad.
That's tech, bro. It's just going quicker and quicker. Man. Like sometimes it feels like it's plateauing, but I think they're just getting ready for next year. Like
it's a video, man, that's making the leaps.
Yeah, definitely. So my learning from this week, I shot a wedding with a really good friend of mine. It was a lovely day. It was nice and warm. We were having a great time. Like there were so many factors that were correct and right for us to have a fantastic time. Yet I wasn't having fun. And I was like, why does this feel like work? This is so weird. Like I love doing this. And it wasn't until I shot a really nice image that I started having fun. And it was just such an interesting experience to note that that's what pepped me up. And I noticed it with the guy I was shooting with as well. He was like, wow, I'm having fun again. This is like, we're doing something worthwhile. And I think it is that thing as an artist where you're like, I want to shoot content. Well, I want to shoot pictures and tell stories that are meaningful, that look good, that are beautiful, actually capture something authentic. And it was in some ways kind of reassuring to me to see that it actually frustrated me that I wasn't achieving high enough quality work. And when I actually managed to check that box, that's when everything fell into place.
Yeah, nice. Happy artist, happy client.
Yeah, and better product as well. Like,
but man, you got to love what you do.
Yeah,
you really do.
It was interesting though because we tried to build. We worked really hard actually to build rapport with the couple, and I think they just let their nerves get the better of them, and their relationship was unique. It wasn't a relationship type that I've kind of experienced before, so yeah, they took quite a while to warm up to shooting as well. Tricky.
That's why pre-shoots are so important. You know, whenever someone books us for like a 9-hour day, photo and video, and we're gonna have 3 cameras in their face the whole day, I always say just do the pre-wedding shoot, man. Like just get comfortable, come into the studio, have the lights in your face, because you know what, it's
weird.
It's weird, man.
People aren't used to it.
No.
Do you find, well, you don't have to get specifically into money, but how do you find they consider that financially? Do they see it as a worthy investment?
Yeah, some people ask to take it out, and you know I have been taking it out, but I say to them it's you know it's your big day, man. Like is it worth it? Is it worth the $300-400 to take it out? You know, probably not. Like you're going to be so much more comfortable in front of the camera. You know, it's money now, but like I said, like you know I'm trying to look long term. You know, we're doing work. It's going to look good in 10-20 years. You don't want it to look mediocre in 10-20 years. Like how do you want the work to look?
It is an investment, but it's like comparing hard skills and soft skills in some ways. Like the soft skills for so long of communication, rapport building, emotional intelligence, they've been overlooked. And
yeah, certainly have.
This is one of those ones where how do you explain to couples, clients, that building that rapport, getting them comfortable in front of the camera and the lights and comfortable with you, that will actually elevate the quality of the work on the day. It's weird, right? Like... And it actually allows you to do your job better when you can build that rapport.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the way, like, I never try to convince people, you know, like I just say to them, like, you know, I try to put this, the way I work with my couples is I'll just try and always meet them where they're at, and I'll see what they want. Like if they want the best quality product, and then like it's based on that they trust. Like I always say to them, I'll tell you what like you need. I'm never going to try to force a sale down you. You know, like do you want the best photos? Yes or no. If you don't, like, you can probably go somewhere else and get it cheaper.
Yeah, this is how I think you can get the best photos.
That's it. Yeah,
sure.
That's it. Like you know, if you're nervous in front of the camera, I would recommend that you do a pre-wedding shoot. You know, like it's been really valuable to me. That's what I would say. But
yeah, I think it is kind of a fun aspect to business, trying to pair the solution to the couple or the client. You know, I think that's a fun part of business, really.
It's this fun part.
Yeah.
But you can't do it from an unethical place, you know, because then people see straight through it, you know. And then
exactly.
You're the car salesman.
Yeah, you don't want that.
You don't want to be the car salesman. No, that's kind of what I do with my sales. You know, I'll be all about. Well, that sounds really good. How does that sound, audience? The bass. Yeah, I think for me, selling is being authentic, being trustworthy, being someone that they can rely on. And yeah, that's what I try and cover at least. And then I found all right from that. But I don't know, man. It's like how do you give someone what they want? Like how do you even begin to work that out? Because how do you portray value? You know, like how do you explain like your videography service, the amount of hours you put into your post production? How do you compare that to like an agency who sends the service to Southeast Asia? Like what's the difference? And how do you start to break that down for people to understand? Because I think people just don't understand. You know? Like.
I mean, I'm in a fortunate position where I often shoot for others. So they know what they want and they need, and they can express it to me clearly. When I have clients or couples that are coming directly to me and they don't necessarily know what they want, it's trying to understand who they are and getting them to identify what their wants and needs are, and then tailoring it towards them. Because I'm trying to move away from hours-based pricing, you know, pricing based on the amount of work that's being done rather than focusing now on value-based pricing.
Yeah.
Because, I feel hours-based is actually just going to hold you back.
Depends what industry you're in, I think.
Yeah.
Like weddings, they're always going to look at the hourly, right? You know? And then corporate, because they see it as an investment, right? It's more like, how much am I going to get back on this?
Yeah.
So that's how I see the two different. But I agree. Like you need to look at it and you need to go. Obviously, you can put the same amount of hours on the day in as to someone, but the thing with photography and videography is there's a whole back end process, right? And your back end process or post-production process and marketing process is completely different to everyone else's, and we all need to charge differently because of that. And that's the hard part of
But let's imagine a world where you don't tell your couples, hey, we'll be there for 8 hours. What if you say we'll be there for a full day?
Yeah.
Right?
It's 18-hour day, man. Yeah. I've thought about it.
But what if you can be more specific and selective in the way you build your package? So you say, we're going to, like, in some ways, you're not really changing too much. You're just kind of changing the words you use. We'll say, you're going to have a ceremony cut. You're going to have a 5-minute highlights. You're going to have your whole speeches and dance floor content. If they say, we want an exit, you say, fantastic. And then you figure that out with the schedule. But your pricing is the same regardless. It's for the 12 hours or the 14 hours or whatever. Obviously, with the exit, that can change things slightly. But maybe you say, hey, fantastic, let's do a mock exit or something like that. Because a lot of couples actually really enjoy the mock exit. They think it's a lot of fun. And it doesn't have to be described by the MC as a mock exit. It can just be, we're going to do a little photo experience with the sparklers, you know?
Do you reckon that ties back into us wanting to live a fake life that we can use social media?
I think there very much so is. There's a performative aspect to weddings these days, and there is that balance as a videographer and photographer of, do I lean into their desire for a performative wedding? At the end of the day, they are the client. If you want to offer products to serve those clients, then you need to give them what they want, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But you don't have to serve everyone's needs, right? Maybe you're more specific. You only want couples who want that authentic live in the moment experience, and we're not going to fake anything. Whatever happens. If there's planes going over, film the planes. Like we want that documentary.
Yeah, you know what? I actually, for the first time in my life the other day, was shooting a wedding. This was actually about 10 days ago, and during the wedding, the MC was he was doing a horrendous job.
Don't say any names.
I'm not going to say any names,
no
but
dates,
I'm going to be honest. Like this MC was not doing a very good job. The reason they weren't doing a good job is because they weren't controlling the evening, and they were just letting the evening run off. And I think it was like 8 o'clock. I was supposed to finish at 7:45, and the last table had got up to get their buffet meal at 8 o'clock. So the schedule was just completely out, and they hadn't done their first dance, no cake cut, no speeches by this point. So it was just a complete disaster of an evening. So I gave them an extra 45 minutes for free. Try to push it in. We couldn't get it done in time, so the first dance wasn't going to happen. And he said, do you want to do a fake moment? We can fake it and just kind of do it here and get a quick photo. And for the first time in my life, I was like, no, it's all about the moment.
Yeah.
Like, why are we, like the couple stressed out. They were like, really upset with this dude, and you're just going to force him to get into the middle of the floor while everyone's eating to like pose over and get a quick photo while the sparklers are going off. It's like, you know what I mean? Like you're going to look at that photo and you're going to be like,
that wasn't actually a real moment. We just did it for the photo.
Yeah, it's nothing for us. Yeah. Like you could just see like maybe, sometimes like I'm sure, but like just time and place, right? Like, in that moment when everyone's eating, it's not really there. And, the couple's upset. Like it's really hard. Like, look, I'm huge on that posing and doing lighting and stuff, but if you're doing that within the golden hour shoot, it's very different because you can do stuff with it. But if you're kind of like at a reception and then you're forcing people to do something and it's against their will, you're just going to see straight through it, I think, Yeah. 100%. So that was a really interesting moment for me. That was a pretty big learning experience. It was like, I think moment, right?
There definitely has to be a cap on the hours that you work because there are safety regulations and, you need to be able to drive home, get home safely. You've got to shoot the next day. You need to dump. You need to, as in dump footage. Like there's things you need to do after the job to get ready for the next.
And that's as well. I'm not offering that full day anymore because I don't know how to offer it. I've thought about doing like an add-on with a second videographer or second photographer the second half of the
sub.
day. Yeah. So book my 10, 12 hours and then go, if you want your dance floor exit and all that, we can give you an event photography package or something, with someone, we're just going to take a bunch of photos and drop them to you. And, it's going to be an extra $500, $1,000, whatever you're going to charge them, So that's what I'm thinking about doing. Little thing. Yeah, I don't know, because I don't know how to work it out either. It's a tough one. If anyone knows, let us know. How
Yeah,
do you
if anyone
how do you
knows.
catch a wedding day from start to finish? It's a tough puzzle. My friend and DJ Pods said that to me in my meeting. He was like, man, if you can just capture that last part of the night, you know, like you're gonna get stuff that no one else is going. I'm like, but dude, it's like we start like 10 a.m. in the morning. Like I don't want to be there till midnight. You know, it's too long.
It's
Maybe
a
you
lot.
do.
14 hours. I don't know.
Yeah, and then unloading, packing up. You know, it's a lot.
It's a lot, and driving home and everything.
Yeah,
It's a really good point that he makes. And you know, if
It
you
is a
could
great
jag
point.
that, like,
I don't know. You need to work
this
it
is
out, man.
this
Let
is
me know when
obviously
you work it out.
not everyone's taste, but there was a wedding that I shot, and we left. You know, our package finished. We headed off, and then everyone basically got naked and boogied on the dance floor. Like,
Do they want that photographed?
it's for them. They
Yeah.
probably do. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, they probably think that was so funny in their video.
Probably, yeah.
Whether you blur it, whether you don't, it's up to the couple, and you
Mm.
can talk to them about it. But
Mm.
it's like, this was your night. Like, I don't know, if it was my wedding, I'd think, yeah, check that in. That's funny.
Yeah, I would as well. I'm big on those moments, but yeah, sometimes people do ask you to leave and stuff. Yeah, let's bring it back. Cool. So online trends. Are trends good? Are trends bad? Are trends tools? Are trends something we should avoid? Like the slow drag shutter. That's the big one at the moment. Are any of you guys in the chat using slow drag shutter? I hope not. No. I use it a little bit. I use it for dance floors.
For photo, right?
For photo. So photography is a really interesting one because, and I'll let you spill on video because I'm sure you have heaps to chat about. You've been probably seeing a lot. Where, yeah, for photography, Waynos, you could have a second photographer start with a later time. So stage, only thing is added for cost for the couple. I agree, man. You can absolutely have that. And the question is, how do you set that up logistically? But yeah, I think, it's a tough one.
Well, I think there's also a challenge there where it depends on your branding, because if a couple's coming to you for James, you know, James Di Stefano photography,
Yes.
and then you say, I can do this much and I'll send in Mr. Anonymous to do the rest of it. They may not be stoked about that.
They might not be, but they might be.
It's hard to know. I mean, I'd like to, like, I chose specifically to call my company Soul Films, not Michael Scrow Films, because I want to be able to diversify my company away from my own image
choice.
and self. You know, like, of course, I'm going to be couple liaison and making sure they're getting what they need, but it doesn't need to be me shooting the weddings. I can train people up and hire the right people and ensure they're giving a super high quality product that I would give, but it doesn't mean I physically need to be the one doing it. You know,
I'm not taking that pathway.
you don't have to. And I guess that what I'm posing is, you may struggle if your brand is James D, it's you.
Yeah.
And then you need to send someone else out to finish that job.
That's right. It's a hard one. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to see where my name goes, because it's getting to the point now where the name is more associated with a really hard word to say that some photography business is not even really associated with me so much. Yeah. It's true, but, you know, because you think about like all those luxury clothing brands, like they're just people's names, you know.
Yeah,
and you don't associate with the name of the person.
They've grown enough for sure, like Louis Vuitton or
That's
whatever.
it,
but at the same time, like, I imagine Louis was the one to push his brand.
That's right. Yeah, there's always a start, but I don't know. We're gonna see. I think, look, I think this day and age at the moment, there's like a lot of agencies existing. You know, I think. Like we work for an agency, we've worked for a few agencies, and I still take subcontract work. But like the agencies we work for, like a lot of them weren't even based in Perth, West Australia, and they were still getting us to work. Like I think there's going to be a pushback against that.
I think so too.
I think so. Yeah. I don't think that they can continue on doing what they're doing if it's going to continue on causing these type of problems. But let's get into the trends, man. Slow drag on photography has been going for a while, where like people are like twisting their camera, getting like the motion blur to make like a cool effect. I use it for dance floors, so I think dance floors kind of you can show off the movement, you can show off the drunkenness, the wobbliness, whatever. But I've never really been a fan of using it in everyday photography, because I think it is a trend, and I think it's going to go out of fashion, because it's a blurry photo. It can be used as an artistic piece, but to have something that's going to be printed on a wall, I think it's one of those things that you're going to like, and then eventually you're not going to like.
Yeah.
Video is a little bit different. Video, you have a bit more of a narrative structure within like a cohesive product. So I think you can like utilize dead clips, clips that aren't even, like a shot of a sky, and you can use it as an intro or something. Shutter drag ties into that 100%, man. Like I know you did a little bit for me with Naz and Karis, and it looks cool, man. And it can it can be tied in. It's just how do you tie it in and what do you use it for?
Yeah, it's an interesting one because it can show motion and it can create like a nostalgia and a whimsy.
It does have that nostalgic feel.
Yeah.
Why do you reckon that is?
I guess because maybe our memories aren't super clear. When you actually think back, you got little moments of clarity, and it's a wish wash.
It's got that like dreamy feel, you're like floating, you're like, this is kind of did happen, it was magical. Yeah.
I personally think in video it is a tool. I think it's limited in its use. Like if you did a whole video that was all in that slow shutter drag, I think everyone would want to throw up. We still going?
Yeah, we're still going.
Yeah. I think everyone would want to throw up.
Touch something.
No, but I did see that green box. I was a little confused.
Ticked up. Yeah, I don't know. Let's keep going.
The fun of live streaming. Yeah, like if you did it for a whole video, I think everyone would want to throw up and be sick of it. But
I reckon.
Like, I've forgotten his name now. I texted him the other day.
But adding it into your films, man, just having like a little bit of a spark in there of that kind of like slow motion, so you can tie the narrative together and you can portray some sort of emotions. Really, really important. So I'm not one for trends. I don't know. Do you guys like trends? Trends. Wayne, are you still in there, bro? Are you following any trends, any kind of things that's running on? Yeah.
Yeah. Ben P. Weddings.
Ben P. Weddings.
I don't know his full name, but I saw Bell and Cal.
Heard of him.
Bell and Cal liked one of his things and reposted, and I saw he did the slow shutter drag videos for some like running stuff. And like in a field, I was like, this is fantastic. Like it helped tie into some quieter, like slower moments, and I was like, man, this is really nice. Like he's done a really good job of utilizing this trend as a tool. What's Wayne got?
The word on the F. Don't know it. The word on the F.
What does the word on the F mean?
I don't know, mate. You got to be more clarity.
Yeah, go on with time. What's he said
saving the chat,
beforehand,
mate. You could have a second photographer start later in the day, so stage shifts. So that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's a tough one. I don't know. Look, I'm not really big on trends. Like I have things that I do. Obviously, flash photography is a trend. I think it comes in and out of trends, but I think like that's something I'll stay true to, And I think my belief of film is that film is a narrative, more of a narrative form, right? And you have more tools at your disposal. It's a harder craft because you're telling a story from the whole. And I think all these little things that you can do all contribute. Like
I will say, like, I think one of the reasons I've been slow to enter photography is because you need, I guess, to me, a really good photograph tells a story as well.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And like, I definitely believe in my ability as a cinematographer, but to be able to capture enough of a relationship in one photo, to me, and look, maybe you don't need that. Maybe your couples don't actually require that. But I guess if I was to enter photography, I'd want to be able to do that. That's what would distinguish me, is like, I will tell your relationship in a photograph.
Do you know the secret? Take a fuck ton of photos.
Yeah,
Electronic shutter, 30 frames per S, spray and pay that shit, man.
So you're just taking video, but you're just picking a still.
Yeah, nah, there's more to it. Look, it's educated spray and pray, I guess, It is technically.
I think part of it is also the directing as a photographer. Directing them, and in sometimes not directing them, and just letting them exist in the space and catching. Yeah.
That's hard to do. Man.
She's just fixing his hair or something like that.
How much you intervene? I think look, we're going to talk into balance now, and I think that's a really lead into it, because that's one thing that I really struggle with on the job is like balance. Like, when do I interject? When do I not? Like, because I'm very forward in my job, I'm very strong presence. I'm there, I'm telling people what to do.
High energy,
getting the photos. And like, a lot of people like that, but I'm starting to appreciate more and more that sometimes you just want to let the moment play out. You want to give them that little kick to do something, but then just let it play out. Just don't interject. Let them experience it, And it's it's that balance between how much do we put our energy into it to get that shot, because otherwise you won't get the shot. They were like, there's one of the latest rules I posted with the bridesmaids, and they all got excited in the door, and I just shouted at them, go, and if I didn't shout at them go, they would have just hung down at the door. But then they come out and they hug, and you can let them experience that moment. And it's just those little fine tuning things over time.
Yeah, one thing to like feed into that is having moved from being, starting off as a second videographer, shooting for others. In that role, my entire job, especially working for Bailey at Atlas Film Studios, my entire job was catch the in-between moments.
Yeah.
And I miss that.
Yeah.
And I try and still get it. You'll notice when I'm working with you, sometimes I just won't say anything and I'll just kind of lurk in the shadows a little bit and try to stay unassuming and not let them be aware of me. Because that, when they're not aware of the camera, they will behave in a more authentic way.
Absolutely, man. Yeah.
You catch beautiful, real moments. There was a wedding recently where as soon as the bride knew that we were taking a photo,
yep. Yeah, straight up.
instantly presenting. I'm like, stop it.
It's an art form in itself, man, because if you, as a photographer, if I enter an event and everyone knows I'm there, and I don't go up to people and make them feel confident in themselves, or I don't make them feel happy or excited, and I just lurk too much, then people will start to turn a blind eye to me and won't want me to take their photos. But if
Interesting.
yeah, so it's a balancing act, right? Because like if I enter and I start with a high energy, I go up to everyone, you look great, you look amazing, smile, stand here, do this, then they get comfortable with me like posing them and working with them, and then as I get more into the evening, I can be more of a fly on the wall.
And that's in events, right? Would you say it's in
weddings as well, man? Weddings as well. Like the way I usually work a session, like at the start of the day, I would like come into the bridal party or the groom party, I would just be full fucking energy, go, Red Bulls. I'll just like break the ice, and I'll just be an absolute twat. Make them laugh a little bit, and then as a
let's say he makes a fool of himself a little bit, not a twat, because you're not rude, you're not mean or anything.
No. Try and laugh up a bit, have fun, and then ease into it. And then by the time we get to the portrait session, I've already said and done everything enough that they're like, I can't do anything more embarrassing than this dude. and then during that portrait session, they just feel confident in themselves, and they can they know I'm there, but they know that they can be themselves around me. You know what I mean? And yeah, because that's the other thing with it is if you kind of just lurk too much as a photographer, then people are going to be like, look at that weird photographer.
Yeah, why is he such a creep?
Yeah,
that's weird.
It.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's just like, it's a hard balance, eh? How do you do it?
It's a tricky one.
Tricky.
But the other aspect to the balance is the work-life balance, right?
And how do you balance that, man?
I mean, I'm in an interesting, I guess, fortunate position where I am freelance. I shoot for other people, so I can say no to jobs if I need to do stuff. Like yesterday was my brother's graduation, and I said no to 4 jobs yesterday to be at my brother's graduation.
Popular man.
And it was so worth it.
Yeah.
Well, I had the best day, and as a family, we, really got to celebrate my brother, who's been working for 9 years to get this degree. Like, it's only a bachelor's, but it took him 9 years, and, everyone's on their journey, and, I'm glad I was there for my brother.
Shout out to him, man.
Good Frank. But when it comes to... I guess the other aspect to being freelance is busy periods, quiet periods. I've just gone through a month of every day having 2 to 3 jobs a day.
Wow.
It's been insane, and I've made fantastic money, but can you keep that up all year round?
Yeah.
I don't know. I personally don't think I could. I have a friend who, he's killing it, and he's doing that all year round. And we went to Europe together last year, and while we were there, he was running jobs every day. He was texting crews back in Perth that he had sent out and booked on jobs. And, fantastic. He loved it. He enjoyed what he was doing, but he didn't get to ever actually switch off. He was even editing photos in the lobbies of hotels, and fantastic. His clients are getting a fantastic service, but he doesn't get to stop. He doesn't get to completely turn off from work.
Been there, done that. Still doing that. So this year I've really pushed weddings and higher end projects. Like I've really been pushing projects that it's like a lot higher than what I was doing the previous years. What I've noticed is, so the last 2 weeks I haven't done a wedding. I've done a small wedding, not a very big. So I've done a lot of small jobs in the last like 2 weeks. We've probably done a shoot a day for 14 days straight. I don't do more than one shoot a day. I've stopped doing that. So we take one a day that I go to. If we might take a two, but it'll be like a small job, like something like you did, 2 hour shoot, something like that. Reason being is what I'm noticing for myself, at least, when I do these big stints of time where it's just like corporate bang, 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 and we're doing like a lot of small work. It is so much harder than shooting one wedding. It is just like triple the amount of work, or one commercial project. Let's say you do a commercial project, you make $10,000, let's say, it's some crazy good number, compared to doing like 10 $1,000 shoots. Like you're just going to have a better time, you know what I mean?
Better quality of work. Your girlfriend actually gets to see you when you come home.
It's all the setup time as well, getting all my gear ready, checking the cards, unloading the cards. Like if you need to do that for 10 jobs and you have photo and video and you're managing the editing and you're like, it's a disaster for burnout. I don't think the way to run a business is to go to that high turnaround point in photography, because too many people are doing it and it's just getting faster and faster. Everyone, you're just going to compete on who's going to be the fastest.
Some clients want photos on the same day. That's hard.
Some do. Some do.
Yeah.
And it's what type of quality, what sacrifice. So like, I think, I believe that in this thing that we're doing, like the black sheep always wins. The person is a little bit off, and if everyone's going one route, and the route I'm saying everyone's going is it's faster, quicker, more efficient, cheaper. Everyone's pushing that. I'm just going the opposite.
AI editing, offloading or offshoring your edits.
It's like investing. When everyone's doing one thing, we do the other thing. That's what I think, at least. So I'm trying to push the opposite direction. I'm like,
shorten a video.
Yeah, well, maybe we can provide those things. Maybe we can provide, Meta Glasses same day delivery of BTS. Maybe we can provide some phone content same day delivery of BTS. But I think photography and videography, like what I'm trying to advocate for and push, is it's not fast. It's not, man. Like we buy high-end cameras so we can produce high-end work. Like, and do people want that? And from what I'm seeing so far, is people do want that. There's a huge gap. There's like a huge gap, because everyone's like going opposite. And I'm sure I'm probably shooting myself in the foot from saying that, but that's kind of what I believe. I think, so there's balancing there as well, man. It's like, society, and the economic structure. What I'm trying to say is, like we go through phases, and like I think the phase at the moment is like high pumping out, high turnaround work, and I'm just like, me personally, I think that's a recipe for disaster, and for me, it's not the balance I want. It's like fewer jobs, bigger clients, a stream of products. Photography, videography, prints, whatever.
I think it'll allow you to offer a better service and
way
better product.
I think so, because otherwise you burn out, man. You don't want to burn out. Like you need to keep your calendar full, but people do 2 shoots a day and shit.
Doesn't need to be full. I don't know. I have.
Well, it doesn't need to be.
There was a point in my life where I was doing one job a week when I was a lighting technician, and when it was a big TV commercial, and I'd do 14 hours that day.
Wow.
I'd earn, $1,600 that day.
Yeah.
Don't need to work all week.
That's right. Yeah.
Because I have no overheads. Like that's all profit other than the tax.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And that's crazy. Yeah.
So I'd just surf and travel and do whatever the hell I wanted to do. See my mates, play video games, like go see girls. Like that's a pretty good life.
Depends what you want, because that's the thing with freelance, man. Like when you earn fucking good money. Like how much you $100, $150 an hour you charge as a subby. I charge as a subby. And it's all profit. I put it into my back pocket and walk off. Like it's the thing you don't realize about business, It's like when you actually want to expand, it's like how much are you putting into gear and expanding and marketing? It's terrifying, And then it's like, ooh. How do you balance that? Because then it's like, all right, I want to have the lifestyle you have, where it's like, we work 1 day a week and then we go fucking surf, 7 days.
I don't have that right now, but I'd love to be back there.
But that's it. But then it's like, then you're not going to have the work during the off season, are you? Because you're a freelancer. I'm a freelancer. Then I'm trying to get work from other companies. Work dies off, and then it gets hard. Things
are also changing with cost of living and house prices increasing and all that sort of thing. And you're feeling that crunch. So
it's hard, man.
that life may not necessarily be as accessible right now.
Yeah.
When we hit the second Great Depression, maybe it'll change. Who knows? I'm fucking with you. But
we could too, man. It's looking pretty fucking grim, but we won't get into that.
A little grim, but
yeah.
Short the market.
Sure. This is not an economics podcast.
No, it's not. Sorry.
It's not about the housing market.
How long we been live for? How are we tracking?
We've been live a while. All right, we're going to pull in. We have a couple of viewers in here. Is there any questions that we could wrap it up with? We've talked about a lot of stuff. Look, I'm gonna bring one thing in actually. Balance. So balance is about everything. Look, I think personally for me, balance. What I'm looking for is consistent work throughout the whole year. This is the first year I've ever done it, and it's been really good, but it's also been really hard because to get the consistent work, it's been a lot of investing, a lot of time, and a lot of overwork. So now I'm trying to find the balance to pull back and to get the consistent work for the year, but not be working myself silly. And I think that's a big key.
Because I feel like it's put pressure on your relationship as
100%,
well.
man, 100%.
You know?
Yep.
And you need to be there for your lady, and she, you know, she's got needs, you got needs. Like, you want to be able to actually enjoy life as well as work, because there's more to it. It's like, do we eat to live or do we live to eat? You know, it's like, do we live to work or do we work to live? And I think we want to be able to do work that's meaningful to us, that, you know, is artistically, you know, we can express, you know, artistically and grow in that space, but then also have, you know, the fun parts of life and travel and, you know.
That's it, man. It's a hard one. And, yeah, you reminded me of something, but I'm not going to go into it because then we're going to keep going. The last point we're going to talk about, so balancing in life and then balancing with professional practices, gimbals.
Back to gimbals. Wayne's chomping at the bit.
Nah, I think is Wayne still in here? Don't know if he's still in here, mate.
What's that second
This is
text?
a company just realised 48-hour video, CC and photos, everything delivered. I'd say no, man. Look, what do they want? Like, give them phone footage. Edit up a non-log 1080p Rec 709, film it all standard in camera, don't bring any lighting, and chop it together on a linear timeline and send it to the client. Like,
don't do that.
Or say no, you know, like pick clients, like it's what do they want?
Ramp that price up.
Ramp the price up.
If you want an express delivery, maybe that costs more.
$1,000. Not bad.
I don't know. You have to judge it based on the client, but
how much do you reckon you make for that next day delivery? I reckon you make quite a bit. But I don't know. There's a lot of people out there who.
It means that if you've booked me, I probably have to cancel dinner
the whole next day.
You know, I have to cancel the next day. I mean,
how much does a day work to you? $1,800. There you go.
Sure, I quoted up a job that I knew was going to be express delivery a month or two in advance, and so I bumped up the price. If you call me on the day that, you know, I'm shooting the job and they say we need that tomorrow, I say brilliant, I need more money.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
because
you need to book me for tomorrow. Yeah,
I'm going out with my girlfriend. I'm going skiing. I don't know. I'm doing something.
But that's the thing, man. It's
even
like,
if I'm not doing anything, I'm not doing that for free.
But that's the thing, man. It's like people don't like the balance with life, man. You know, like there's so many business owners that I see that they work for very cheap. They don't, and then they get a high quantity of work come through, and they're like pumping. They're like sweet, but then they're working the long days, and they don't have that time, man. And it's like, where's the brick wall? Like, where is that? Because it's going to come,
bro.
like,
I thought you hit it a few weeks ago. I mean, your body just said no.
Yeah,
your body hit a wall, and your brain was still going.
Yeah. Look, I've luckily never had an episode of burnout where I've like completely mentally crashed down. I do hit burnout regularly with my physical body where I'm just I just need a day off, you know, because you need to sleep and rest. But I've seen it happen as well, you know, where people just crash mentally, you know, they're just like, and I think that crash, because imagine like building, and it gets to that point, and then it's like, you know, your business fucking pumping, and it's like I just can't run it anymore, and it's like bang.
Yeah. And that's the scary bit when you are the business. Yeah. Which is one of the reasons I've tried to make Soul Films, not Michael. You know?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how you go with that, man.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm launching a second business that's going to be more commercial orientated and have more like less about me. But yeah, I'm not one to want to be pumping too many weddings a year, to be honest. I think I want to find a sweet spot with weddings, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Bigger jobs, fewer. Nicer quality product, but so anyway, last point. We've been going for an hour, man.
Well, I think. That was quick.
Yeah, it was quick, man. We
Man, that's
run
been
through
fun.
it. Yeah, it's always fun, man.
The last thing I wanted to mention, the open gate question that came out before. I don't know if that question, that asker is still in
we got a few
chat.
people in here. So what do you reckon about OpenGate, man?
I think it's an interesting one, but at the same time, if you're shooting open gate and not shooting in a higher resolution, it doesn't actually matter.
So the Canon 6.3 has 7K open gates. What does that mean?
So shoot 7K.
So how big are your file sizes?
If you're shooting open gate, why are you doing it? Like the idea is for more resolution.
And then you can crop.
Why the hell would you shoot open gate otherwise? Like,
do we need that much resolution? What's the balance there,
man? If you are shooting for a client that wants horizontal and vertical,
okay. But
like on the FX3, if I'm doing a vertical crop in the middle of a horizontal image that I'm shooting horizontal, crap. I shoot everything regardless video. Like like the 4K looks great on horizontal on FX3. I rotate the camera 9 degrees because that is I'm giving them a much higher resolution image. It's better quality, right? Like rather than this, 1/8 or 1/7 of an image. Like it's a horrible way to shoot anything. I was talking to a friend recently. IBIS is such a fantastic system in a camera. Imagine if there was a button, because it's already on a rig, right? It's already a stabilized sensor. Imagine if there was a button where you could rotate that 9 degrees on that IBIS rig.
The Ronin that you used the other day has an option to unclip it and turn it vertical.
Yeah.
You see that? Yeah.
Fantastic.
Cool. Yeah.
But for rigging, it's horrible. Unless you're on a Ronin.
Yeah.
Like holding a camera 90 degrees
sucks.
It sucks. Or you've got these ports coming down, ports coming up. It's horrible.
And I think that's what OpenGate tries to solve. But the problem that I think it doesn't quite capture is how big your file size is going to be, because you're producing social media content. You're probably not running $1 million business that has a 100 terabyte NAS sitting in the back, and you're gonna go through your 10 terabyte hard drive in a year. It's gonna be done. Like
quicker than that. I reckon. Yeah, you're gonna go through it real quick.
So like, who's it for? Like, you know what I mean? Like, like none of my social media clients are paying me that much money. But
I think it's also for anamorphic. If you are shooting anamorphic, you're shooting 4:3 or 3:2 at a push. Like 6:4 at a push. But like, it's useful in those situations because you want to be able to squeeze that image, right? De-squeeze the image.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it's useful for that, but how often does the regular person shoot anamorphic? Like, my clients don't want it. Your clients probably don't want it. Unless it was like a commercial where they were like, we want this to feel super high spec, a little bit sci-fi. You're like, I've got the lens for you. Yeah. Now shoot open gate.
I think I'm high spec enough, man. You know what I mean? Like, bloody hell, how much more do you need? Like, I think upgrading bodies are good because, technology evolves, but otherwise it's too much, eh?
Yeah,
like,
sure.
The other day I got to that point where I was like, I had the 6.3, I had 3 more lenses from the Canon. I was like, I have too much gear.
Yeah.
I was like, this is it. I would never have more gear than this for what I'm doing. Like even like I think maybe 1 or 2 more lenses and another body and it will just that you because then you have too much, and so how do you manage it and shit? You move it around.
It's the right tool for the job, I think.
And the right tool for the job. What do you reckon about IBIS, man? Let's end it on that point. What do you reckon about IBIS? Do you think it's a good tool in the cameras?
I love IBIS. I mean,
Sony IBIS is so much better than Canon, man.
Really?
Yeah, Canon. So Sony's a 5-stop IBIS. Canon tries to get, I think, 7 or 8 stops. So it's a lot warpier in the corners.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, look, if they can jag it, that's going to be insane. But look, I love IBIS. I have an image stabilized lens, optically stabilized lens, stabilized sensor, and then I stabilize afterwards.
Yeah.
Like,
do you get any warping on the Sony or anything like that? Or have you just learned how to
not out of camera? Like if you do warp stabilizer in Premiere or like perspective in Resolve, it's going to look warpy. But like I love shooting handheld because I can be dynamic. It can breathe with me as I'm shooting, and
that's
why
what I'm thinking about upgrading, because that doesn't have IBIS. The next one has IBIS.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's completely dependent on how you shoot.
How you shoot as well.
Michael Leask from Pineapple Fingers, a really good friend of mine and a fantastic videographer and cinematographer in his own right. Like, he's got the FX6 and he desperately misses having in-body image stabilization.
Yeah,
he came from the GH5 beforehand.
Yeah.
And sometimes he's like, man, I wish I had that on set with me right now. The GH5 Micro Four Thirds is a 2015 camera maybe.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, I wish I had it right now.
Man, see, that's the thing. Look, I I love the static sensor and I love the look of handheld, but the IBIS does help, you know. Like I look at your Sony footage and yeah, it helps, but I don't know if Canon's got the same technology. I shoot anamorphic a lot, even on weddings, so OpenGate is useful for him. Yeah, man. I agree if you're going to be using that, but we should wrap it up, man. You got to go. We've been going for an hour. So much for a 45-minute segment.
Hey, we
try to power through.
We're fine.
So guys, like always, this episode is supported by Rode. Rode do really phenomenal gear. Definitely check their stuff out. So we're on the Pod Mics USB-C. These are really good, and the Rodecaster Video. Definitely rate both of these systems. Sounds great, works great. Haven't had any major issues, to be honest, and the support team's really great as well. Definitely on weddings. I know you're on the Rode Wireless Pros. I'm the Rode Wireless Pros as well. I think both of those systems are probably the best things to use for our weddings as well. So
I love them.
Yeah, I love them.
They're just not waterproof, and I drowned one of my transmitters the other day. So yeah.
Hey,
just be careful.
Maybe we can get you another set, eh?
Waterproof wireless kit.
Yeah.
Do some R&D.
Oh, yeah. All right, we're going to wrap it up, guys. So we're going to be talking all day. So that's it, everyone. That was Michael Scrow from Soul Films, wedding photographer and videographer. We're going to be trying to run this monthly. So peace out, everyone. I'm going to play the outro song. And thanks for jumping in. Thanks
Love
so much,
y'all.
Reynolds. Really appreciate it.